Hey everybody, hey, it's Lee Godbold, Junk Removal Authority. Hey, for all you junk removal business owners out there, check us out at junkra.com to find out how Junk Removal Authority, how we can help you grow your junk removal business, make more money, and live a better life. So, we're coming to the close of January 2022 right now. And what we're starting to finally wrap up on at JRA, InZone, Specialty Truck Bodies, Junk Doctors, and related companies is our planning and budgeting for the year. Planning and budgeting and determining the moves that you're going to make in your business well before you actually make them is one of the best lessons or one of the best practices that you can possibly do. And you don't rush into it. This isn't something that you sit down and in a matter of a few hours or even a few days, you finish. You sit down, you work on it for a couple hours or an hour, whatever amount of time that you have. You plan it out. You think on it. You look back. You revisit. You check your books from prior periods, the prior year, prior quarter, prior months, comparing month over month of years past. If you're a brand new business, it's a little harder to do, but you still need to get in the habit of doing it now, and then you can readjust as you go. So, if you guys haven't put together a cash flow forecast for your junk removal company for this year, you need to get on that. You can look them up online. There's basic templates out there where you can download a cash flow forecast. You'll put in all of your income you expect. You'll put in all of your expenses. And then what you do is you fill in. All right, if we're going to grow at 25% or 50% year over year, that means by this month, I'm going to need another truck. And what that means is right now, truck places, junkremovaltrucksforsale.com, we're 5-month lead time right now. Other places I'm hearing are 6, 7, 8 months. Some of them 9 months. Some of them aren't taking any more orders this year. On truck bodies, just can't get chassis. So you need to go and place that order. And you need to look at the number of people you're going to need. Right now, we know, all right, to find somebody decent, it's going to take us about a month. From the time we put out a job ad, which we always leave a job ad up, but from the time you go stick a job ad out there, it's probably going to take you 4 weeks to locate somebody decent enough to get started. So you need to go ahead and plan ahead and get that done. For those of you guys that are really growing, you've passed the $500,000, $750,000 mark. When you start bumping up close to that, maybe you're already there, but especially as you start bumping up close to that $1 million mark, you're probably going to want a supervisor. Hey, do you have that person in place now, or are you going to need to hire them? Much past, $1 million, or even as you approach $1 million, do you have somebody to answer your phones? This is even to the point when you get to a couple $100,000, if not prior. If you can afford somebody prior, then get that off of you, because it distracts you from running other parts of your business. You can train somebody else to do that. We've got dedicated service now through the contact center. So if you guys are looking to hire somebody, we can actually do an amazing job just for you. We learn your area, your schedule. We can adapt to your specifics, kind of your customizations where the contact center couldn't in the past. And we can do all that for cheaper than what you would be able to go out and find somebody to do it, and they come already trained. So you don't have to locate the person, you don't have to train the person. So that is an amazing service we just started offering. Haven't lost anybody on it yet. So it is a phenomenal deal you might look at, but you got to plan it out. So when you're doing your budgeting, you would plan in, all right, this is when I'm going to discontinue taking calls. When might that be? Well, you're probably going to want to look at discontinuing calls about mid-March. If you're already busy now taking calls. And if you're going to do it mid-March, well, what does that mean? What's the lead time? Well, if you wanted to hire your own person for that and get them trained up and all like that, you're probably 2 months from the time, so now, it's going to take you a good probably going to take you 4 weeks to find the person. It's probably going to take you anywhere 4 weeks before you're ready and comfortable for them to be taking any calls. It's probably another 4 weeks after that before they're extremely competent. So if you want to go with the dedicated service, I think we're about a 6-week lead time total right now. So, we've got people that will be trained up once they get there that have taken calls. So what we do is we actually take them out of our primary contact center. We move them to dedicated service. We have to train up another contact center rep to replace them. So everything, you plan out all of your income and then you backfill what are the pieces I need to get it done. And then what are the lead times to actually get those things? And what does it cost me to get those things? So to get a junk removal employee nowadays in job ads, you're going to spend about, depending on your market, anywhere from $600 to $800 in a job ad before you're going to land one person. And it could potentially be even more than that. And then you're going to have the time to interview them and all like that. So you got to backfill that in. When are you actually going to have the people to get this job? Here's what we know. One junk removal employee can do anywhere from about, if it's a full-time employee, they can do about $10,000 in revenue in a month, depending on your area. Now, we generally don't recommend that you rely on just 40-hour week people. We like seeing them at 30 to 35, so you have a few extra people. They don't burn out, all that kind of stuff. So that can be hard to find now. And also, obviously, you want to limit overtime. That can be difficult to find. So you kind of, just however that works out, I would use that 10K figure as being what you need. And then if you're looking, all right, I'm short people here, I need to add 10, add another person, hit that next 10,000. So plan out, get your planning done now. And here's the big thing. Once you plan it out, monitor the results, make some adjustments if needed. If you're not hitting your revenue targets, figure out how am I going to go and how am I going to get this revenue. In the past, if I put a revenue target out, we almost always hit it. If we're serious and we set a revenue target and we're serious about hitting it, then we find ways to hit that revenue target. Increasing Google ad spend, that's one. So that's another thing. We've been talking about expenses and what you need to keep up with the revenue. Well, how do you get it? Look at your impression share on Google Ads. Is there some to give? If so, when you're planning out your 12 months, raise your advertising spend up some. Shouldn't affect your percentage if your cost per conversion is where it needs to be. You'll raise up, you just raise it up. You should get in more business, and your percentage of income will remain the same. If you're maxed out on Google Ads, make a campaign to start getting more yard signs out. Find areas you might be able to volunteer your truck, potentially get some press off of it. At least get some good social media posts out there. So if there are any organizations, like around here, we have Habitat for Humanity. Sometimes we've been able to actually volunteer with Habitat for Humanity and work for Habitat for Humanity, where we haul off some of their debris. When they build homes for just people that need them. So if there's something like that, that's a way of getting your brand out there. Participating in Chamber of Commerce meetings, Rotary Club meetings, if you've got B&I groups, that's a way of picking your revenue up. Search engine optimization, if you're not doing it yet, you should be doing it. It's not as guaranteed. It's not like Google Ads, you can turn it on, or if you're already doing it, you can raise your spend and somewhat know how much more revenue you're going to get out of it. But long term, it's great, and within 3 to 6 months, you should be seeing some results from SEO. So set your revenue targets, do whatever you can to hit those revenue targets. Figure out when you're going to get your next truck. Don't whip out on us if you're going to order a truck and it's, all right, I need 6 months to get that truck. Don't whip out on yourself. I said us. Don't whip out on yourself and cancel that. Stick to your plans. When you make all this plan, stick to your plan. Sit there and try and put yourself in those shoes 6 months from now. Am I going to be able to do this? Hopefully you are. And then you stick with that plan. Do not back out. If you back out and you don't stick to the plan, you've wasted all your time planning. It is an absolute relief when you get all this planning done. You look and you say, all right, you know what? I've got my entire year planned out here. Now, that doesn't mean you can't modify it some and you can't update it as the months progress and you see how things are going, but you have kind of a framework of your entire year, and there's nothing more liberating than having that done. It's a lot of work early on. It pays off later, and congratulations. Once you do it, you're on your way to becoming a sophisticated business professional, and you're going to build a business as large as you want to build it, maybe larger than you even imagine right now. You're going to create freedom in your life. You're going to have employees, if you communicate this with them, that really appreciate it because they see the plan. And overall, everybody is going to be better off. So, hey, it's not too late. It's late January right now. Start your planning right now. It starts with a cash flow forecast, a budget for the year. And if you don't have good books, it's going to be a little more difficult. You need to get you a bookkeeper if you're not good at keeping up with your books, which most of us are not. So The better records you have over time, the better you're going to get at this forecasting. This first year, if you've never done it before, it's probably not going to be that good. It's probably not going to be that accurate. You're going to forget things. But every year that you do it, you're going to get a little bit better. And before you know it, 3 years in the future, 5 years in the future, you're going to be amazed at how close you nail that cash flow forecast. Appreciate you guys watching, guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. Hey, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you like great tips on building an amazing junk removal company. And check us out at junkrA.com if we can ever help on any part of your business, from digital marketing to dedicated service, where we can actually field your calls, book your jobs, and assist on the back end. And we got conferences that we're going to be announcing here soon, all kinds of stuff. So junkrA.com. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you soon.